Hello.
Hello.
Today we're reviewing Pink Elephant by Arcade Fire. John, open us up with your thoughts about this album. So first, we'll just give a little background. This is Arcade Fire's seventh album. They have been on quite a trajectory since The Suburbs, I would say. They started out with 3 albums that are kind of similar vein. Indie rock that everyone liked quite a bit. Reflector was a bit of a departure where they went into like an LCD sound system oriented production style. Then we got Everything Now, which was a little bit millennial pop. Then we went We. It was their next album after that where they tried to recreate the magic of their first couple albums. And lands us here. Post some, we can't speak too much on it because obviously we have no idea, but post some sexual misconduct allegations. We are at this album with Arcade Fire. So John, what's your thoughts on this record?
My thoughts are, what is this? Like, the lead single Year of the Snake was a little bit more, I don't know, it didn't sound like the band. It was just like this slow, brooding song. Okay, maybe they're going for a new sound. Then they did that with Pink Elephant as well, the next song, which was a lot more emotive. Then when you get to this album, they're combining it with like 80s goth pop new wave. It sounds like it's trying to be Dead Can Dance, who are a fantastic UK trip hop kind of duo. But it just doesn't work. The interludes are pointless. The song Alien Nation, what the heck was that?
On my signal, begin.
In the last song when he is just ranting for 5 minutes, it definitely seems like an album that is coming out of a very tumultuous, experience with the allegations. It feels like it's that. It feels like it's just coming from some negative energy. I don't want to compare it to, I don't know. I want
Lost Vengeance?
No.
This is my first video on Instagram. I'm not wearing a shirt, it's a shirtless jammer.
Some people love it, but like, I don't know, kind of has some I admit energy on it almost. The last song especially. Yeah. But yeah, this album just was not good. There were 2 songs that I really liked, which were Pink Elephant, Circle of Trust. I Love Her Shadow was fine, but the production just got annoying near the end of it. And the one thing I couldn't understand was that the vocals, like, were rambly. Like, they would be singing stuff, then they'd be going, she loves me now. I'm like, do you people know the mic is on? It's recording. It's picking up your vocals. Yeah. It was so jarring that they were just kind of just rambling through a lot of it. Because usually their lyrics are very tight and concrete. They have meaning behind them for the most part, but this one just didn't.
So I would say this album, to be honest, I wasn't even sure if we should review this because of the context this album has come under. It's kind of a touchy subject, but essentially you can hear the allegations in this album. Like, definitely the context of the album is present in the album through its eerie vibe. It sounds like a man kind of crumbling, which... First of all, so the album starts off with just a tone setter, exactly as the Bon Iver Sable Fable we just reviewed had a tone setter. Bon Iver set that tone in 5 seconds. They do a nice minute 30 or whatever it is of just freaking THX like movie starting cinematic bullcrap. That doesn't fit the rest of the album because the rest of the album's pretty stripped back. Pink Elephant, first catchy song they've written in a hot minute. The mixing is pretty bizarre. It sounds like we also just talked about him, but it sounds like something Dijon would do intentionally here. It sounds like they just kind of didn't mix it well.
Yeah.
Then we get Year of the Snake, is what it is. It's kind of like a forgettable song. And then
Year of the Snake,
We
the
get-
hearts will break.
we get Alienation that sounds like when Win Butler goes near combining two words or separating a word into two, you know you're about to hit some bullcrap. And then he does not disappoint on Alienation.
That's
I really like the back bling. Honestly, like, out of all the cosmetics, I think the back bling and the emote are my favorite.
the one thing about this album that, like, the lyrics are so sticky on their first three albums. Like, I can think of lines that are just, I love. Like, on one of my favorite songs, there's Sprawl 2, Mountains Beyond Mountains. The chorus, you know, dead shopping malls rise like mountains beyond mountains. That's such an interesting lyric that gets you to think, you know, went on, like, about, like, the fall of suburban life in, like, the 90s. This album, like, oh, the Year of the Snake, the hearts will break. It's just so, like, lame. It's lame sounding. Or we're breaking into heaven tonight. And the fact that they just repeat it, it's just has no mojo behind the vocals at all.
Yeah. I think this album, weirdly, this is one of the bands, I want to know your thoughts on this. This is a band that if you look at their history, listening through their music, it feels like you're watching a movie of someone crumbling, someone getting a bit of fame, then letting it go to their head on, like, We and Everything Now especially, and then they absolutely do not know what to do with that fame and crumble, and you get Pink Elephant, and it does not sound like they've actually realized their issues, and it's more of like it's weird. It's like, the thing I like about this album is it's surprisingly intimate. You feel like you're hearing his thoughts even if you don't agree with all of them. The last two albums just sound like trying to be like trying to be profound crap, like, come follow me guys, this is what you should do with your lives. And then especially Creature Comfort off of Everything Now. This sounds like he's more like has distanced himself from being a thought leader and has now gone into just, I don't know, it's his downfall for sure.
I would rather have their epic sound than a dude moping around recording these songs. That's one thing I love about Arcade Fire, is that their epic nature and that their songs feel larger than life. I mean, this if their first three records are them pouring, you know, it's like you're pouring water into a glass of ice, you know, it rises up. This is like taking an eyedropper of water and putting it at the bottom of a 20-ounce glass. There's nothing to this album. It's substanceless nonsense for 40 minutes of a dude who should really just take time off of music. You know, what's kind of sad is, I don't know if you heard the reports that even his brother left the band.
Yeah.
So he's by himself. Him and his brother aren't on good terms, which is probably, it's part of the
Probably
course.
because he cheated on his wife.
How about a kiss for luck?
Yeah, that too. Well, him and Regine
At the best.
Yeah.
At the worst, he's done much worse, which we are unsure at this time.
Right. And, you know, I mean, I'm a separate the art from the artist guy for the most part, even though, I mean, it's been a good few years.
You said you'll listen to Vultures too on the
Yeah, it's
weekday,
been
right?
a good few years since I've listened to Kanye, but aside from that, you know, I liked Arcade Fire long before the allegations, and I just feel, oh no, he's returned.
He's returned.
This album just, I think that they just need to go on hiatus after this album. I think that they need to just either lay low or try and make amends and come out with a much better album, because this was just not good.
So here's what I think they should do. I think they should keep this downward trajectory going and just do something fully, like, disruptive, off the wall. Like, just set Win in a room with a guitar and a mic and, like, someone just, like, beating drums in the corner or something. Like, they should just go full off-kilter mental breakdown like the end of this album led to. That's my personal opinion. I don't think they should try to recapture The old stuff, yeah, should they end the band? Yes, but that's my personal thought. I would love to see this band just go full, like, done.
But final thoughts on this?
Final thoughts. I would rate this album probably, I'm gonna have to give it I'm choosing between 3 and 4 out of 10.
Me too.
That's where you're about. Alright, we're hitting this. I'll put my final score in the description.
It's a 3.5. It's one of the worst albums of the year. It's not. It makes me sad because
I'll give it a 4.
4.
You give it a 3, I'll give it a 4, and then that will cut the difference.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Here we go. The fall of Arcade Fire has been fully realized.
Get up.
This is my first video on Instagram. I'm not wearing a shirt, it's a shirtless jam. Oh,